First and foremost, really want to welcome all of you to today's session. Happy New Year to all of you, and thanks for taking time out. It's actually holiday in most of the companies, so really want to thank you for taking out this 1 hour. My name is Kapil Nakra, and I'm one of the co-founders of Digital Vidya. Today's session is on how SEM will fit in your organization marketing strategy. If we overall look at the search engine, for sure, it's everyone knows it's the most visited with more than 1 million monthly unique visitors. Search engine is something that cannot be avoided if you're thinking about digital. And within the search engine, there are two techniques, which are search engine optimization and search engine marketing. So today we would be actually talking about how and what you need to take care to see whether SEM fits in your overall marketing strategy or not. And to lead this session, we have with us Himanshu Arora. Himanshu has more than 8 years of experience in digital marketing space, in which he has actually explored various facets of digital marketing. Along with Digital Vidya, he actually leads trainings and is a lead trainer for search engine marketing space. And One thing that I really liked about Himanshu is his in-depth knowledge, not just at a strategy level, but also when it comes to day-to-day tactics of and that's spread across various facets of digital. So that's and really I want to thank Himanshu for taking time out today. Thank you, Himanshu, for conducting this session for all of us. So without taking any further time, I'll hand it over to Himanshu now. Those of you who are joining us for the first time, this session will go on for 1 hour. So I'll just create the logistics for you. All of you are muted right now. In case you have any question, or in case you want you or any concern that you want us to address during the session, just keep typing it down in the question panel, and we will have a presentation for about 35 to 40 minutes. And in the remaining 20 minutes, we'll try to address all the questions possible that we can in the chronological order. So over to you, Himanshu. Thank you.
Thanks, Kapil. Thanks for the introduction. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody across the world. Happy New Year to everybody. Uh, Hope 2014 bring a lot of lead branding activity to your marketing initiatives. So, as Kapil mentioned, today's webinar is on how SEM will fit in your organizational marketing strategy. So we chose this date strategically, that is 1st of Jan of a year, when people start thinking on their marketing strategy, what they want to do, how they want to do, what all new things they want to include in their marketing strategy, what are things which they couldn't leverage on last year, they don't want to be part of this year's marketing strategy or want to improvise on that. So for this webinar specifically, we would be targeting how SEM can be leveraged as a part of the whole marketing plan. So we keep on getting this queries from different people that okay, so we have an overall plan, we have an offline plan, we have an online plan. How SEM can be a part of it? How we can make sure that we the whole offline, online plus your SEM as a part of online plan can work towards one goal. So before we start the presentation, let me ask let me start with asking few questions to you guys. So I'm pretty sure that there must be a lot of brainstorming sessions which we're conducting before we make any marketing plan. But in specific to SEM, there are few questions which we everybody need to answer before we get into a bandwagon and say that we have to do it, we don't want to do it, how much we have to invest, what areas we want to invest specifically. So for this presentation, SEM is the target, but I'll also touch on different areas in digital. It could be a social media, it could be Facebook, it could be a YouTube. How we can plan the whole marketing for online space, and how we can leverage on SEM, and what areas we have to concentrate on SEM, leveraging Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So the biggest mistake which people do or people are committing these days, they consider their marketing plans in silos. So they have a specific plan. for a Facebook, they have a specific plan for Twitter, there's a specific plan for PPC on SEO, and there is no like integrated plan which coherently move towards a bigger plan. So the major motive is that how the puzzle will be solved and how SEO will fit into the bigger puzzle. Let me start with asking you a couple of questions. First question is this: do you guys really know that how many people are searching for your product and services on your search engine? So it could be Google, it could be Bingo, it could be any search engine. So uh, before getting into how to leverage it, first we need to know what is your audience, what are your target audience, how many people are looking for your product, how many people are looking for your services, or product or services of your competitor on the same industry line, on the same industry. The reason for this is this: there could be a chance that you may be thinking that my X product is performing really good, but that is not the case. You people are searching for something else altogether. Take an example. So what has happened is this: take an example of a shoe company. So when they launched their company, their website, their major motive is to do e-commerce on the website, through a website. But after figuring out, after online for 6 months or something, they figured out that the people are not searching basically for buying a product from my website. People are just searching that how a product will, how a shoe will look, and they're going offline and buying the product. So accordingly, they modified their website, their product offerings, their made the changes on the design, and took it forward accordingly. So a very very important thing when we talk about how many people are searching is that what kind of searches you guys are targeting. So categorically there are two kind of things or two kind of offerings generally people offer. First is that, are you offering something people are already searching for? So when you start a business, it need not to be something very very dramatically different of what is being existed in the market. So you may launch something which is already there and people are searching for it. Now take an example that people may be searching for a shoe, or for a laptop, so which is already there in the market. You just need to make sure that people are searching for it. You just need to make sure that your keywords or your offerings are similar what people are looking for. So that's the first and foremost question which you guys need to figure it out. Or do you have an offer or a product or service which people don't even know about it? So it could be an innovation altogether. So if people don't know about your product, people don't know what you guys are offering, uh, it's not right to expect people to search on that. Go back 5 years back, when Apple launched tablet. So right now people are searching for tablets, for different price ranges, for different configurations. But I'll take you back to 5 to 6 years when people didn't know that what tablet is, what they do, how can they leverage tablet, how they can use tablet when Apple launched 5 to 6 years back. So obviously, when people don't know about it, they will not be searching about it. So uh, that's where the innovation comes into picture. So when Apple launched a touchscreen tablet, people were saying maybe he's cool, who will use it? So that's where some of the companies want to project themselves, where the innovations comes into picture, where the people don't think they require it, but when they see, hey, we can use it and make our life a little more easier. So we have to figure out in which of the areas we are. Or maybe if your software solution is totally unique altogether. So when Infosys launched Fanatic, nobody thought that there would be a product banking solution product which will make the banking industry makes life so easier for them. So uh, so you have to make sure that you have to very very clear in your head what category you guys are falling in terms of searches specifically. So there's a survey which we did with a sample size of 428 people. So when Digital Vidya invited us or invited me to do this webinar, so we did a sample. We have an audience, we have a customer base. So we did a survey which says that what is your product offering together? Is it uh, what is the competition of your product, or is it high competition, is it low competition, whether it's unique? So the first thing which I mentioned was your people are searching, already searching for slippers example or shoes example will come under high competition. But at the same time, the innovation or the unique or low competition will come uh, for innovation that is a low competition. So 18.8% people, which a fair less number, have told that their product or service offerings are unique or innovative. Not much competition in there in that space, and obviously people are not searching because they don't know what to search. At the same time, there's high competition where the product or services they have a lot of competitors. People knows about the product, so that is on 81.2%. So to set the context right, so most of the people who would be using SEM or would be using search or would be using digital would be falling in that category, which is on 81.2%. Uh, okay, that's that is your search. Now, how you determine your search terms? Now, uh, there are a lot of cases when even though you fall into the second category of high competition, but you choose your keywords, your service offerings in such a way that people are not searching for that. Even your your company is into that space where it's high competition, but the keywords or the offerings which you project, it may be the case that people are not searching for it and people don't know about it. So it's obviously a good kickstart, a good way to start your SEM campaign or anything is to figure out what is the search volumes, how many people are searching for it. I'll take a small example. Take an example of a shoe company. Go 3 years back, a shoe company, any XYZ shoe company has an e-commerce portal. They launched a new shoe, maybe a loafer. A loafer shoe was launched 3 years back. It was used in USA, it was used abroad, but not many people were using a loafer shoe in India specifically. So if they're using also, they didn't know the name of the product or the category of the product. So if you start optimizing or projecting your or giving your digital ad space specific to loafer, you will not get its search volume. Even though people are looking for your product, but you are positioning your product in such a way that people are not looking for it. So it's always a good practice, or not even good. It's important, or you cannot miss out on something. Is that how to determine your search volume? So, as a part of this webinar, I cannot go in detail, taking through in terms of how to go in nitty-gritty, but on the high level, there's a tool from Google Keyword Planner, which is part of the Google AdWords, which allow you to figure out what your search volume. So just go and give your query, give your location, your targeted audience. You will figure it out what's a high, low, medium, what's a competition, what's a local search, what's a global search, and it will help you to figure out strategy going forward. Now, very important thing is that what's your marketing goal? So, when we it may sound an management gyan, but in a couple of minutes, I want to make sure that we guys are all on the same platform. Whenever you start a marketing goal or marketing planning, the first and foremost thing is you need to figure out what your goal is. Without a goal, it's impossible to track, measure, or do an ROI on your investment in marketing initiatives. So let's take an example that supposedly you want to increase your leads from 100 to 500. So your marketing goal is 500 leads per day. After 1 month, you figure it out that your leads have become 100 to 200. So it means that it's a 100% rise in terms of in 1 month. But your goal was 500. So you are 300 less than what you targeted to. Or if you're looking at a branding activity, so you want to make sure that 1 million people know about your product. So that's your goal. But maybe a 1000K people visit your product or look at your web page or your YouTube, which is again lesser than what you targeted for. So you have to have a marketing goal and put your SEM or PPC in that whole puzzle. Two primary goal which any company has, or you can put your goal, is that first is your lead generation, second is your brand awareness. So you have to figure it out, or both the goals maybe you have to figure it out where you want to have your money on. So it could be lead generation. Your only sole objective of the whole marketing is I want to get leads. I want to have a ROI driven marketing strategy. It should be measurable. I'm getting X amount of lead. I want a 2X. I don't give it. I don't take. I don't want any branding activity. I don't give a damn to what branding is doing. I just want leads. Leads. My sales team can work on it. Simple. People know about my product. People know about my product categories. So I need not to educate them. At the same time, so your lead generation, same sales cycle will follow. You have a lead, you have prospect, you have a customer to it. At the same time, different company branding uh, they don't want a lead for this product because people need to be first educated what the product is all about, what the company is all about, or maybe their new product category or new company from a bigger organization. Like when Reliance launched their Infocom, so they just wanted people to know that there is something called CDMA because I believe they were the first one who launched into a CDMA category. I was very confused that okay, we get a SEM, we get a mobile. What is this CDMA? I get a mobile also. So Reliance is giving mobile also, Reliance giving SIM also. What is this? So it took some effort from the Reliance folks to educate the people that what CDMA is all about. And when 3G came, people were not aware what 3G is. They just knew that there's an SMS, there's a phone call, simple. So what's WhatsApp? What's YouTube on mobile? So it took some time for different telecom companies to educate people about 3G and awareness. And it could be both the goals at the same time. Again, we did a quick survey on this thing. So it was, what is your marketing objective? It could be lead generation, it could be branding. For branding, lead generation, we people 49% of people. So generally, people across, it's human nature that want to take a middle path. I want both. I want both of my hands full. I want branding also. I want lead generation also. And for lead generation, 42% people mentioned that they are looking for lead generation, and 9% people have mentioned they are looking for branding activity. Okay, so this is one of the very important matrix which we got developed. That's called squad matrix. So why we call it a squad? S could be social, it could be search, and squad matrix. So this matrix will help you to figure it out what exactly your marketing strategy need to be. So it almost has all the permutation combination which any company is looking for a marketing initiative. So this is a matrix developed by us which helps people to have a plan in place and how social or SEM could be bigger part of that whole initiative. First quadrant, I'll just quickly take you through the whole matrix, and each block I'll explain how you have to have a marketing plan in place or a strategy, how SEM need to be there for that whole specific quadrant. First block is brand awareness plus low search volume. If you go to right, it is lead generation plus low search volume. So I'll take you through all the listening, but uh, uh, by a simple English, we'll able to know that how every block is different. The, the third block is brand awareness plus high search volume. The fourth block is lead generation plus high volume. Okay, so first is brand awareness plus low search volume. So the first block, as we mentioned, is this: you need a cost-effective way to let people know you are out there. So as I mentioned, it's a brand awareness plus low search volume. So the major aim of your marketing initiative is to have a branding. People should know about your product. Since it's an innovative product, people are not searching about the product. It's a very low search volume. So what happens is that, but you want people to know about your product. So there's no lead generation involved in this. Only uh, a branding activity is involved in this. So you need a cost-effective way to let people know you are there. That's a very high-level agenda when you talk about this quadrant. Demographically targeted marketing will allow you to reach customers who don't know they need you. So as I mentioned is that since it's an innovative product, people generally don't know what they're looking for. They don't have an idea in terms of what the product should be and how the services or how the technology would be. So we have to make sure that the people, your targeted audience, are tapped in this. I'll take a quick example. So when Apple launched a tablet, okay, so they knew that their target audience demographically would be people who are using laptop, who are uh, who are fine using a technology. They won't be targeting people who don't know about laptops, who don't know about social network, who don't know about internet. So specifically, they did a targeted marketing campaign for people who have a laptop with them, who they have to go to next level, so they have a laptop with them. Second example, take an example of Tata Nano. So when Tata Nano was launched, I won't say that people didn't know what the car would be, how car, but of car in 1 lakh rupee, people were not aware how can they use it. So what they did is that they did a, I won't say a very good campaign, but a decent enough campaign for the people who are riding a two-wheeler, they want to move to four-wheelers. So maybe if you speak to the brand gurus, they say that their campaign backfired because in India, people don't want to be categorically called that I'm a two-wheeler guy and I want to buy. And they change the campaign, they move to the campaign stating that it's a car where you can have fun and go anywhere you want to go. So the positioning is how you want to position on the market is very, very important. So I'll go step by step. What are the steps which we need to take for each quadrant? And from specifically to the audience, specifically, you need to figure it out in which quadrant you guys are at this moment of time, where you will be next year to next year in coming future, and what are the steps which is useful for you. So then if you look at the social as such or digital as such, there are many platforms which could be explored. There are Facebook, there are YouTube, there are Twitter, there's email marketing, there's in SEM you have display, you have search, you have remarketing. So if you can count on fingertips, there are around 5 to 6, not more than that. But how you leverage all those 5 to 6 platforms according to your need is what this webinar will help you getting through. So, and it should be a 360-degree angle effort. That's very, very important. So people miss out on the whole effort altogether. What people do is that I have one guy who is managing SEO, there's another guy who is managing in Facebook and display marketing. There is no concurrent effort towards a whole marketing effort. So what how I'll be help you is that you make sure that one effort is helping the other platform altogether. I'll start with the Facebook first. So it's a step-by-step effort which I'm telling you. Brand awareness plus low search volume. You start with the Facebook. You have a Facebook page, simple Facebook page. You do a display ad there. So Facebook page, when you start with the Facebook, because there is a sense of trust in a Facebook as a platform because all your friends are there. So if any of your friends have liked your uh, page ad, so it will come to your wall. That's a fundamental of a Facebook advertising. So you have a trust that okay, this guy maybe there's something that's the reason this guy has liked my page on my ad or interested in my services. So you start with your Facebook ad. So what is the first step? You started the Facebook ad. Don't just start and leave it like that. After 15 days, 1 month, you do an email, you do an analysis on that Facebook ad. Figure it out. What is the messaging which is working on Facebook? What is the solution people are looking for? So when you start a Facebook ad, obviously you have it's an innovative product. You try to have 4 or 5 messaging, 4 or 5 displays, 4 or 5 creatives. You figure out which messaging is working. What is the need of my customer? Because you also need to the market. You have developed a generic product or service. You're not really this is the area which people are looking for my services. So I can mold a bit from a marketing standpoint. Come to display and email marketing. In display in your display ad, Google display ad network as a part of SEM. Uh, what you guys do is this. What do you do? You take the messaging from your Facebook. It's the second step. So you're leveraging your Facebook. The first step of your Facebook is utilized for the second step. It's not silo. You take a messaging from there. What is the people looking for? What are the creatives or display people are liking it? Use the same messaging in the email marketing. Right? What do you call it? Display ad network. So this is very very important. So I'll take an example of maybe a tablet is launched. Micromax launches a tablet. Uh, they may be thinking that my tablet people will buy because the configuration is best. So they create two different ads. First on Facebook, which says my configuration is best, the speed is amazingly good. Second ad says cost you 10K, which is X amount from the competitor. And then they know, okay, people are more interested in a cost-effective way in India. And if you look at abroad, people are more interested in a technology or a configuration. So you have the messaging right in your head, which need to be put on a display and email marketing. Shoot out an email, do the email marketing with that messaging. Now, when you know that people looking for this kind of a solution or this kind of a product, come to the third stage, maybe a couple of months or 3 months into the campaign, you use the same messaging, same what do you call messaging displays done for the PPC and SEO campaigns. So you push the solution or push the product and on your SEO using that messaging. So the keywords when you talk about SEO campaign, your key keywords or your need to be embedded into your website specifically on that messaging. So I will not really get into what SEO will concentrate on PPC as of now. So PPC, bring an ad when you're targeting target audience, and when you're doing ad group. Like if you go into detail in PPC Google AdWords, you have a campaign, you have an ad group, you have an ad. So ad group is making sure that all your specific or same kind of keywords are bundled into one. So you have to make sure that your messaging is accordingly taken care. Okay. So second quadrant when we speak about is your lead generation and low search volume. So now you are again new, you have developed innovative product, but branding is your not your what you're looking at. You want to kickstart immediately with lead generation. I don't want a branding as of now. My people know about my company. They may not know about my product, but they know about the company. So I just want to have a lead generation quickly. I don't want to have a branding activity. Or it could be people know about my company, people don't know about my product. I want to have a lead generation. It could be vice versa. Okay, so your first step is that use a Google network display. Since it's a lead generation, if you look at the first part, it it could be different from different people. My personal experience, because being into consulting assignment, doing consulting assignments, understanding people needs, I know you could figure that out. Generally, if Facebook is not a really as good or as used tool or platform for lead generation as for branding activity. So we start. So if you look at both first and second, this thing, Facebook exposure is up. We have a Google network display. Start with the Google network display. Initiate the messaging. Initiate your service offerings, and do the same part in the email direct marketing. The difference here, you have to figure out a difference here is this. In the first, we never mind, we have to concentrate on messaging in terms of brand or a product. In the second, you concentrate on having an offer or having a call to action in your email and direct marketing or direct mailers. So what I mean is this, when Snapdeal, I'll give you an example. So when Snapdeal was launched in India, people were not aware about what this Snapdeal initiative, what this product is all about, what is this platform, because people have used Groupon and all in Probably, but India, I don't think so. People use 4 to 5 years about this platform. So what they did is that they started shooting an email altogether, and they had a call to action to it altogether. That if you remember, there was a emailer which was shooting daily in the morning, a daily emailer stating that this much discount is there on this category, this outlet, this product. There was an offer that was a fundamental of the principle of their whole initiative was to have a lead generation. So they have a call to action very specifically mentioned in their uh, emailers and the so so when they understood that this of my category is working, this is my category is not working, start implementing PPC and SEO on it. So if you maybe they never ever imagined that their category of spa uh, would be a booming one, or uh, having a lunch or dinner at a food at a five-star hotel booming category. They always thought that people are never in India specifically not interested in spa as a service category, but they figured it out that this is what people are looking at. So what they did is that they optimized their SEO, search engine optimization. They ran a PPC campaign on it, pay-per-click campaign on it, and they understood that that this is what working, and the ads were modified accordingly. Now, what they did is that video marketing is one of the very important way of doing a branding and a lead generation also. So Google, YouTube these days, whenever you watch a YouTube video, you get a video before 30-second minute video before the video which you're looking for. That's is very important tool or platform when you're going for an very easy way of educating them. Fifth, very important is a retargeting. So what I mean by retargeting is this: by the principle of the word fundamentally, it means that anyone who has visited your website or your any online platform, and you have implemented marketing or retargeting, wherever the customer go, your ad will follow them. So what he or she will think is that you are some big brand who have invested a lot of money in your marketing campaign, and you're launching a big launch, and he or she is being followed by the brand in and out. So it's an amazingly good tool which was launched recently, and people are leveraging like a lot on this and making a lot of money out of it also. I'm talking about lead generation specifically. The third quadrant which we talk about, or third S quad which we speak about, is a very high search volume. So it is unlike of the first state. Your product people use, people know. Is it, you need not to invest in terms of educating the people about your product as such, so they know what your product. But you want to have a brand awareness about this thing. So what you have to do, you have to invest hugely on your Facebook and display network. Um, Gather data by doing a message testing. What is working? What is not working? Why it's not working? How to change it? Now that's on Facebook. Now the biggest mistake that people do is that the common question has been asked: shall I do a PPC campaign or shall I do an SEO campaign? As in, it should be inorganic or should be organic. The basic reason why we always say is that PPC and SEO need to work in tandem. You cannot have just PPC or just SEO. It should be both. The reason is this: first, uh, some of the people don't want to be, when you Google it, you get ads, right? That's a PPC. Some of the people have a habit of not clicking on those ads specifically. So that you need an SEO. Second is this: it's a long-term planning. So PPC could, you have an offer, you give an offer like in Christmas or New Year's, you have a specific offers going on. You get 10% discount on my this thing. You have a PPC campaign, but that's not the case with SEO. You have a long-term plan for it. Google have implemented few things which doesn't allow you to do a proper analysis which we're able to do in SEO, which you need to do in PPC. So you do a PPC campaign, See which are the specifically keyword research or keyword targeting. You do a PPC, you see which of the keywords are working, which of the keywords are not working, which you cannot do in SEO now, which you could have done before, because SEO have stopped, Google has stopped giving those reports on keywords in SEO these days. So do you do a PPC campaign, figure it out which of the keywords are working, which are not working, which audience is there working, which are audience which are coming, which are the time zones, everything. Implement that learning in your SEO. You give it amazingly good results. I've done that, seen it, that if you work in tandem, nothing beats that. Now, you need to do a video marketing or social media. By video marketing, again, YouTube comes into picture. You have to create a brand awareness for your high search volume. So, uh, whenever you are launching something, a new scheme, a new product, maybe into the market, you run a video marketing campaign altogether. Like take an example, like Yash Raj is launching a movie. Yash Raj is launching a Gunde movie. So people know what movies are, what movies into what Yash Raj is. But you need to brand awareness about the product. So about their new service offering that is the movie. You need to run a video marketing altogether. Or maybe Adidas is launching a new product, maybe a new jacket. People know what jacket is, right? But they need to know that Adidas want to make people to know that this is a price range, this is the benefit that they can to get from it. Not just Facebook, it could be Twitter, LinkedIn, blogging, right? And very, very important is when you're doing brand awareness, create an interactive element to incentivize people to spread the word. Like these days, if you're looking at the YouTube, uh, there's a Sprite ad, I believe, which is going on these days, uh, which people are doing some showing the dance moves in specific. Like yesterday, I was watching a YouTube video. There's four guy dancers who were dancing in a cab in a car on a lungi dance. So generally, I do a skip video, but when I saw that, I said, okay, this looks interesting. Let me watch it. So there should be some interactive element, some connect should be there when you're doing the campaign altogether. Because a brand awareness, people should look at it and okay, this is interesting. Fourth quadrant is what most of the companies are looking at is the lead generation and high search volume. This is a very, very competitive market. I just won't lead anything else. So you start with the PPC. First and foremost thing is you start with the PPC and Instagram directly. So you don't get into a Facebook mode to directly get into a PPC and SEO. Shoot up an ad. As soon as you know that you have to run a PPC campaign with this thing, shoot up an ad. Do an it won't take much of your time. Create an ad. If it's an outsource from day one, maybe 1st of January, create a new ad because the power of PPC lies in measuring the result. So if you're investing 100 rupees right now, you're getting two leads, 50 rupees per lead. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. It's good within your budget. I can go ahead. If it's too much, I need to optimize it. If it's not working, I can stop it. If something is coming, some new product is coming, service line is coming, I have sales guy need more leads, push up the budget. If no, come down, bring down the budget. Start with the PPC campaign immediately. Don't wait for anything. When you start, that's the first step. As soon as you start, you need to have a point of differentiation because it's a high search column. So you need to have a point of differentiation in terms of what exactly you're selling and how is it different from your competitors. Because when you do a PPC campaign, your ads are coming directly with it's hitting head on with your competitors. Like your ad is coming on the first, your competitor is coming on the second, or some of the result you're second, you're first. So people will only click when you clearly mention the point of differentiation in your ad, and never ever stop testing. So if you there's a thumb rule is that every ad group. So I cannot go in detail in terms of what exactly ad group and all, but there's thumb rule. You people who have used this PPC or SEM, they know that ad group bundled different keywords in one bucket. So every ad group need to have four different ads. It means that for one keyword, like if an example of shoe, Nike shoes, you need to have four different ads which are running, which different messaging, different call to action. So you know what people are looking for, and you know what exactly you need to provide to them. So Other three ads could be stopped and one ad could be continued. So you need to start with marketing. Retargeting, same fundamental. So whatever information you have got from a PPC, use the same in your email, direct marketing, and print advertising. So what I mentioned is that your offline can be leveraged using PPC. So because I believe with my basic and small understanding, I know that no other platform is there where you can measure your advertising as such. But with PPC, you can measure everything, your effort, your money, your keywords, what people are looking for. Use that in your print media and direct emailers and email marketing. And then social media as a means to promote great content, engage users with your brand. Blogging, social, Facebook, Twitter, etc. So we are 40 minutes into the webinar. I'll take 5 more minutes to wrap this presentation, and I believe we'll have 15 more minutes to have a questionnaire. The first takeaway is that online integrated marketing strategies must. So you just cannot work in silos. It will not work in today's time. So um, I'll give a quick small example. So when I think Perk launched that offline campaign with Virat Kohli's look-alike. I believe it was Perk or Munch. Sorry. So Perk or Munch, either of them launched a campaign which Virat Kohli's look-alike. So now what has happened is this: that guy with his own identity is super duper active on Twitter. So even that guy is not the company is doing the marketing campaign around it, but the guy who was a lookalike is also active on Twitter, and people are he is engaging with the people on day to day, on daily basis, on periodic basis. So there where the connect is there. So your online marketing is being leveraged offline, and on vice versa. That is an example of a Twitter, and whatever you are doing on PPC, you can project to the offline also. Leverage and pool all available marketing channels for an optimal results. Second takeaway is PPC is valuable marketing channel for branding and lead generation if managed properly. Because no other campaign will give you a measurable ROI and you can optimize accordingly. So you just have to make sure that it fits into the whole puzzle. You can take it forward. Thank you from my end. Over to you, Kapil, for the questions.
Thanks, Himanshu. Thanks a lot for a great session. A lot of insights for me as well. So, guys, it's open for Q&A now. I have some questions for you, Himanshu, before we proceed. Uh,
Okay.
so, first of all, one of the problem that I've observed is that if, as an organization, I need to create an integrated marketing strategy, as you're suggesting, and I go out and talk to agencies about it. Since, I mean, if as an organization I do not have that internal strength, uh, individual agencies talk about integrated strategy based on their individual strengths. And so,
Right.
what is the like? If I really want to implement it, how should my approach be as an organization? Whom to approach? What kind of a resource should, or what kind of inquiry should I do in house? So any take any input in that regard would be very helpful.
Okay. So, Kapil, really good question to be honest, and this is a very, very common problem which people are facing these days. The reason is that whenever you approach any agency or any want to outsource your this thing, they will try to build the conversation in such a way that whatever is their positive, is their strong point, uh, they will try to bring to that. If they are very good in social, as in Facebook, so they will say that this is the best. When they go to SEM, the strategy, if the company is strong in SEM or PPC, they will say that this is the best way. So, so what we need to do as a customer, what we need to understand is this: we need to communicate to an agency what you're exactly looking from social and PPC as such. So, what by that I mean is this: you do an internal is a bit more strongly coupled because on the first part, the goals which I mentioned specifically, what are the goals? This need to be first figured it out internally. and dictate to the agencies that uh, this is what we're looking at, and can you help us out on that? So integrated plan can be built, but the final decision would be with the client or the people looking for. So,
Got it. So communicate your objective well and possibly try to talk to multiple agencies so that you get the whole idea of, is there is any sync in terms of the overall strategy. Great.
right, right,
Another,
right. Because most of I've seen the people when come to us, they ask us that, okay, boss, this is what. So the first question which we ask is that, what is your marketing goal? So they're very, very confused. They don't know what they're looking for. They just want that I want to do Facebook, I want to do PPC, because they've heard somewhere these terms and maybe a jargon for them, and knowing those terms, they feel very happy. But when we say, okay, that doing is okay, what is a marketing goal? So through that understanding conversation, we can figure it out what is the best way to do it, and we have an integrated plan accordingly.
got that. Another critical element that I noticed is in your presentation is that before you even think of deciding which channel to will work in my particular case, there's a lot of data mining I need to do initially. Like I need to
Right,
get into all those search volumes, see what is the intent of users, what is the volume of those keywords, and how like whether it's an innovative based low search volume which will grow in future, or it's I'm already in the high search volume game. So now all that work needs to be done, right? And so is there
right.
like so is there like if I have to start something, so this is just an extension to my previous question. Now I have to start and I do strategize, and but I need all that data to be done. So is this usually done by the agency, or is it usually something that you do it on your end, or you should suggest agency to come back with all those numbers uh, before you can have take some meaningful decision at the end of the game?
Right. So what happens is that it depends how what kind of communication you guys or generally a client is having with the agency. It's just about expectation setting. So if we clearly mention that this is what I'm looking at, I want your help on that. So generally, to be very honest, it's a mutual effort again, because nobody else knows better than your company than you, or as a person who's driving the company or part of the organization, because agency is always an outsider. So if you maybe right take an example of digital Vidya, maybe right now you are into training, you want to get into a space which was totally unexplored, which you are thinking which would fall in the first quadrant or second quadrant, that is innovative, but not able to communicate this to the agency very clearly. But so the in terms of data mining, it's a mutual effort again. So agency will give you the numbers, will give you some what is it, analysis on it, and you need to figure it out and tell the agency, okay, this analysis or this part of this is done. Now I'm looking for this kind of information also. Can you drive that information? So again, it's a mutual effort. But the basic, the numbers would be given by agency. So they will make sure that you know what are the numbers or what are the things which is available. But tinkering around, and as we call in the engineering term, the database view will be given by the client. So it's a mutual effort again. But it's a duty of the agency to make sure that make the client aware that this number is available. Because to be very honest, if you look at the Google AdWords, simple tool, there are a lot of YouTube videos which says that you can learn Google AdWords in 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours. Yes, you can learn. That's not an issue. You can run your campaign within 10 minutes, the first campaign. But to have a conversion, or which is as a lesser cost, as an optimal cost, is a task. To leverage that numbers, the huge numbers hidden in that tool, to leverage those numbers to reach out to the right audience, or to make the changes in other marketing campaigns, it's where the challenge lies.
Got that. Thanks. Okay, so there are a couple of questions. The first question, and there are a couple of questions around retargeting. One asked by Chakravarti,
Okay.
do you suggest few best tools for retargeting? And other is asked by Amir. He's asking, when you talk in the sense of marketing, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
researchers believe that customer acquisition is more important than customer retention. would you consider retargeting your earlier customers? According to you, is there a difference between customer retention and retargeting? I think if you could just make this whole world of retargeting more clear along with the tools and the purpose around it, that'll be good for all of us.
Okay. So, in terms of tool, there are a lot of tools available in the market, but the basic tool, which very vanilla tool, or which Google AdWords provides, the fundamental is very very clear. Uh, is that Google Ads a marketing code which is given by Google AdWords, which you go and get it from the tool, copy paste that tool onto your website. So wherever you want that, whatever people are coming to that web pages specifically, like if supposedly you are owning two websites, two different products or two different services, you want only for that one product or one website, people should look at your have a banner or display ad should chase them. Just that remarketing tag or code on your website. So what it does is that the information is stored in the cookies of people who are visiting your website. So many times there was no time I could have shown that whenever you book your flight tickets or airline tickets, uh, if you don't book it, as in you do a search, you or go to last page and close it, that ad will chase you wherever you go. Even if you are booking from Delhi to Bangalore, same Delhi Bangalore with that dates will chase you. That's a deep dynamic remarketing. So what has happened is that that tag which is there on the website helps the website owner to have a placing a cookies in your browsing history. So wherever you go, that ad will be chased, will be chasing you. So that's the fundamental of a remarketing. And there's a different tool. You just Google it, ad roll. A lot of tools are there. But personally, I use simple Google tool. Ad roll is decent enough tool which you can use from a tool standpoint. Okay. Now going to second question. Kapil, can you just repeat it once more? Got
Yeah,
will get
right,
your
sure.
attention and everything.
So the idea is
Okay.
there are two aspects, the customer acquisition and customer retention, right? So when
Okay.
it comes to retargeting, so you can actually use it for retention as well as acquisition, right? So
Right. Right.
I think what one question Amir is asking is what is really a difference between retargeting and customer retention? So from these two objective point of view, uh, where isn't that retargeting ads fits in? Is it more suited for customer acquisition or customer retention? And so yeah, I think that's where the
Got it, got it, got
information
it.
on that would be good.
So what happens is that the people who are coming on your website, like I'll take a small example of an e-commerce website. So Mintra, I'm using Mintra from the days when they were in a space of just giving T-shirts. They were not an e-commerce website. Now they become an e-commerce website. So what has happened is this: every time they come up with a new offering, like when there are discounts. Uh, so I'm the customer, so they need to have a retention policy for me. If I don't see a Mintra ad and I see Jabong's Flipkart's ad, there may be a case that I forgot that okay, Mintra is also offering discount, uh, which is competitive to their partners. But obviously, since I'm in Mintra's customer from my old days, I'll go back to Mintra. There's no doubt about it. I don't see Mintra's ad for 3 to 4 months or a month. And on my top of the head, since it's a very, very competitive market, I may start losing track of it. It has happened a lot of time when I'm booking my airline tickets. I'm using a specific website, and maybe I'm using Make My Trip, Travel Yari, whatever it is. But if I don't see one of the vendors, one of the websites, travel agents ad for some time, I may start losing on my head, on the top of my head, and whatever ads are coming, I'll go to that. So that's from a retention point of view. That it is very very important that we need to have a retention policy, and retargeting helps in that. But the customer thinks that this brand is always with me, and they're not leaving me. And from acquisition point, of view, what is important because you acquire new customers. Kapil, I hope I answered this question.
Yeah, great. Okay. Another question is asked by Kiran. Karan wants to know how to use Google Display Network and what is PPC. I think probably he's not aware of the uh, basics of that. So if you could just throw some lights on Google uh, Network Display, that would be great.
Display. Okay, perfect. So, so there's a difference between a PPC and display network is that PPC is a pay-per-click. Display network is the network where you are charged on the impression, that is CPM. So on PPC, what happens is that whatever you click, so if it is a million impression, trillion impressions, you will not be charged if you're on a search network, that is PPC. But whenever you click, whenever as soon as you get a click, you will be charged for that, and your CTR and all those things will calculate conversion rate and all those things will convert calculated accordingly. But when you're on a display network, um, Google will charge you on a CPM basis. So every display which you're getting, whenever there is a display, whenever you search it, whenever your display is coming on a web page, you will be charged for it. That's a very specific, very high level difference. In display, you have two different kind of ads. It could be a text ad, it could be a display ad. Display, you create a creative which you can easily create using Google tool, or you can create on your own. Do it for your what do you call it, for Google and for Google partners, affiliated partner, that is a part of the affiliate marketing. So retargeting or remarketing are also these days based on display networks because number of impressions which you're getting.
Got it, great. So, guys, I'm taking up more questions. Simultaneously, I'm just launching this question in front of you. If you're looking for some professional services for social media or search engine marketing, you can just mention yes over here. And then I'll forward you your contact details to Himanshu, and Himanshu will see how he can actually help you out in this regard. Okay, so there are some more questions, Himanshu. Uh, First and foremost, by the way, one
Okay.
question that I have is while you were mentioning about the fourth quadrant, and there was a quadrant on
Mm-hmm.
lead generation with low search volume. You mentioned about video marketing. So is there any specific inputs you
Right.
have on how to really use video marketing for lead generation, especially in the low search volume game?
Right. So what happens is this. So the pain area when we do a video marketing is to create a video. So it is not as simple as your PPC or display ad. You create a creative or Google with the help of Google do it and launch it. With the video marketing, there's little bit of investment which need to be done while creating a video. That's the first part. Second part, that is from a lead generation point of view, is this whenever you're telling or explaining about your product, have a call to action in the end. Like if you have seen this video, go to this link, fill this form, and get a 10% discount or 15% discount or uh, uh, something similar to that. So when you have a call to action, it helps in lead generation because it's a double whammy game where you first you have explained your product. So people who have seen the video know about your product. Now they want to know where they want to head into. What if they're interested in the product, where they want to go. So maybe what happens some of the videos, I'm not sure whether it's not that easy. It gives a hyperlink. So when the video ends, there's a hyperlink which comes in the video, embedded in the video. Click on the hyperlink, go to the web page because only people are very lazy to type that link. So that way you can do it. Or if you're doing a YouTube, in the comment or below in a description, mention in the that this is my what do you call it, link. Small example which went viral, very this thing is this. There was a movie which was launched, R. Rajkumar, Shahid Kapoor's movie. So what they did was that when they the release date and the end. But when they launch the trailer in the YouTube, in the last 10-15 seconds, you can still go and view. Shahid Kapoor comes and invite you to watch the movie. So it's R. Rajkumar and they say, if you want to know the full name, watch the movie on 6th of December. So it's a very, on a high level, it's a call to action to generate a lead that people should step into and watch it. So very clearly, categorically, they mention that this is my agenda. You have to come and watch the movie. That's for lead generation, or video marketing specifically.
Great, thank you. So, guys, I'm actually taking up some more questions. There's a question by Amir. Amir, I think I've read your question, but I think it'll be good if we can have an open discussion. So, I'm just trying to unmute you. By the way, simultaneously, I'm launching this another question in front of you. As you know, Digital Vidya offers formal courses. So, in case any one of you are interested in any long-term formal courses in digital marketing, you can just mention yes over here. If you're already doing, just mention um, uh, I'm already participating. So, Amir, I'm unmuting you. Yeah, Amir, in an extension to our last discussion, you asked.
Hello.
Yeah, so what's your
Hey
question?
Amir, good afternoon.
Yeah,
Himanshu
hi.
this
Good
side.
afternoon. How are you? Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Happy New Year to you too.
Okay, my question basically is that when you talk about customer retention and customer acquisition, the
Mm-hmm.
customers who have already left you, like you spoke about the example of Myntra.com,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that if you do not see the ad for say 3 to 4 months, you're definitely going to shift to another competitor, to another agency. So the thought
Right.
of Myntra.com is not even at the back of your head for a second that okay, let me just go and see, or let me just go and check out Myntra.com for a second and see if they have any other deals that would perhaps match me. So when
Uh-huh.
you've already left them and you've shifted to another agency, isn't it better that you would actually tackle a new set of customers who would probably give you a longer customer lifetime value? Because since you've already shifted, your CLV for Myntra.com is already declining. Probably to regain you to come back to them, they have to spend more than what they have to do to gain a new customer.
Okay. So Amir, answering your question,
Yeah.
so that's the reason where remarketing and retargeting comes into picture is that you don't allow them to leave you. So if you are doing a continuous effort, putting continuous effort on remarketing and retargeting, so people will, the customer will not leave you because if you're going to, if you do an advert, there's a time limit
Hello.
which is mentioned. Hey, yeah, can you hear
Yeah.
me, Amir?
Yeah, your volume has gone off. Yeah. Now it's okay.
Okay, so when you do a remarketing campaign, there's a time which is mentioned that 90 days, 180 days, 360 days. Like people who have visited your website 180 days before, also the ads will chase them. So what is happening is that if you visited Mintra today, for next 3 months, your those ads will be chasing you on where what has happened is that it will not allow you to leave Mintra as such and go to some other competitors. So in that way, what the second part of your question is that investing more, getting it back because I'm will not come into picture because I'm not leaving the customer altogether. He's coming back to me again and again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
Amir,
basically, it's already there, but probably you're just using the same thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
and
okay. Thank you.
Amir, just to add to this, since we internally in Digital Vidya, we run various kinds of ads. And in our
Right.
case, the retargeting and the remarketing, as Google says it, we are the ads which are most effective in terms of my cost of customer acquisition. And so to one extent, so there is a one stream of thought which says that that gas has already left. Why don't let's look for a new customer, as what you're suggesting. The another school of thought is that since he's
Okay.
already has shown a behavior on a website, you know that behavior, right? So there's already a relationship
Right.
that's there. Can you somehow leverage that relationship and that behavior to sort of try to miss to build on that and try to see if he can you can make him more closer to the sales, the whole world of shopping cart abandonment, retargeting your customers based on where they have left your website. So that the whole science is actually at this point of time is much more effective than targeting a new customer. And internally I know because that's what's going on in my organization. It's the most ROI oriented advertisements, the retargeting ads.
Right.
I
Right.
hope that
Right. You
helps.
make sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Makes
So
sense.
adding to
Thank you.
what Kapil, thank you. So adding what Kapil mentioned, just for the benefit of the whole audience, is that there's a concept called five touch point in sales. So you can Google it and see that is that whenever sales happen, you need to have five touch points with them. They're a retargeting also. They come to your website and keep on touching on different areas where they go, different websites where they go online. Kapil, over to you.
Okay, great. So, thanks. I think we've already exceeded by 6 minutes, so it's time we can close the session now. So, for everyone's benefit, we'll be actually posting the recording of this session along with the PDF of the presentation that has been used, and we'll mail it to you also, and we'll do a blog post as well, and you'll receive a link of that as well in some time. So, I really want to thank you all for participating, taking time out, and thanks Himanshu for your time. And it's been a really wonderful and a lot of insightful session, insightful things for me come up out of this session. Thank you.
Thanks everybody. Thanks for joining. Thank you.
Thanks. The session.